Moose
bread a la
knuckles.
Gusteau, and the waiter came back like, these niggas really like his cooking. And Skinner is flabbergasted. Some of the
Bro, yo, I wasn't even expecting them to say that. Hold up, man. These niggas really liked it. What's up, YouTube? I'm JJ Thomas, and welcome back to another video. This video is called Ratatouille Explained by a Black Man by none other than Chi Jutsu. Pixar is definitely my favorite type of movies to watch, and Ratatouille is definitely in my top 5 of favorite Pixar movies of all time. If you guys have a favorite Pixar movies, go ahead and drop it right down there in the comments. I'm also going to be linking the video in the description down below so you guys can check it out, go subscribe to him. If you guys want more videos like this, or if you guys just rocking with me just in general, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notifications just so you be notified for your next video. And without further ado, let's get to it.
yes sir. It's time for some more peek.
Now give me my theme music.
Step in the building, Bible on me. 1, 2, 3, you know we deep.
Hey, bro, hey man, this had to go kind of hard, bro.
I make time for God. He make time for me. Matthew 18:20, you said when we come in your name.
Bro, I know this shit had to take some
So
time.
the movie starts, and the TV broadcasters are just glazing seconds into the movie. They talking about how Chef Gusteau,
Glazing
the
is
best chef
crazy.
in Paris, is just so amazing. Well, look at dude. He definitely done been through some trial and error with his dishes. Food eating the food and the plate. But with great success comes your max level haters. These them type of fools that just be
This
wishing
nigga
on
was
your
definitely a
downfall.
hater,
Bro
man.
gave our beast friend a bad review, and
Ego.
dude died from a broken heart.
A
But we
fucking
all know
hater.
that fool died from type 2 diabetes and clogged arteries. It then cuts to our main character, Remy. Bro came crashing out the window sounding like
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
but he's really just running away from whatever crash out owns that house. So we get a glimpse into the life of New York State mascot, and our boy Remy tells us how he basically has insane taste and smelling abilities. He took one whiff of that cake and could smell each and every ingredient. And this
That's a
is
great
his brother
skill,
Emil.
man.
This fool just be here for the ride, eating and jump. And here's their grumpy old pops, the leader of the rat troop. Remy ends up proving his worth, saving his pops from that edible death. He shows the fam some of the food is poisoned, and pops made Remy the family poison checker. So now he spends his days smelling food to ensure reproduction of these grimy rodents. Our guy's at a crossroads because he actually enjoys food. So all the snooping through garbage all day to find your next meal doesn't sit well with bro. So he has the stupid idea of sneaking into a human's house for some good eats. He gets in and sees his inspiration, the great Gusteau. So he grabs some cheese and a strawberry and eats them together. Now his whole world done changed. His taste buds
I wonder if strawberry mixed with cheese actually tastes good. I might try that.
just don't know how to act. But then the granny gets up and he scurries off back outside before Aunt Pearl catches him. The next
Aunt
day,
Pearl's
Remy
crazy.
gets a meal and they go scavenging for good food ingredients. Bro got some mushroom, cheese, rosemary, a bunch of ingredients to whip up a whole lot of nothing. So they go to the roof to cook the food, getting their butts roasted by the lightning. And how the freak are these two still alive? Ain't no way these goobers surviving lightning strikes. Remy talks Emil into sneaking into the house. They get in, and while Emil is the watch out, Remy looks around for some spices. Because if he ain't sneezing, it ain't seasoned. And we also found out that Remy can read. But that's not surprising after we see him literally walking on two legs and
Yeah.
speaking fluent English with his brother. So yeah, but he's
I mean,
been
his brother
studying
speaking English
Gusteau
too, though.
and his recipes. He sees that Gusteau has died, and bam, Aunt Pearl woke up like, now I know that ain't no rat scurrying through my living room. She turned around, saw a meal, and yeah, it's up. She went to grab the sawed off shotty. She's really crashing out in this mug, but the recoil must be knocking her shoulder loose.
Bro,
She
having a
missing-
whole shotgun just to shoot one rat is crazy work, bro. You won't even need a shotgun, dog.
all of her shots. She reloaded the shotty, and that last shot brought the roof down, exposing the whole rat colony.
That's when you
While
need a
everyone
shot.
is getting in the wind, Remy went back to grab the cookbook and jumped out the window once again. Pause, because there is no way a rat is jumping out of a closed window. The rats scurried to their makeshift boats, and while Remy is trying to catch up, Aunt Pearl got her last couple shots in. Now Remy and the colony are separated, so Remy gets tarnished, barely surviving these sewer waters, and now he's all alone, reading his cookbook, which seems to be in pristine condition, by the way. Like, shouldn't the water have these pages all faded and soggy?
You got a
And I guess
point.
the starvation is getting to bro.
Definitely
the
got a
picture of
point.
Gusteau started talking to him, telling him to go look for food. He goes up and find some food, but the ghost of Gusteau was like, we ain't stealing the eats. You better go cook some ish, my G. He runs off a bit
I would've
further
still
and
ate
sees
that
he's
bread.
made it to Paris. And he is right beside Gusteau's famous restaurant. Inside the restaurant, the cooks are throwing down too. Then we get introduced to our other main character, Alfredo Linguini. Man's is named after a whole pasta dish, but Linguini is here trying to get a job. His mother used to be a cook here and also was one of Gusteau's little bad things. But yeah, she dead now and left a note for the head chef to read for later.
You ain't had
While
to
all
say,
of
yeah,
this is
she
happening,
dead now.
Remy is on the
Out
roof
of
taking
nowhere.
in all the visuals, but then he sees our guy Linguini knock over the soup and then just started adding stuff to it. Like, bro, it's your first day and you're already doing some doodle bobbery. Remy sees this and realizes he's ruining the soup, but then he falls through the roof into the dishwater. Bloop. Bro gets out the water and started going through a whole bunch of unfortunate events. Mans fell into the kitchen and couldn't catch a breather. He's moving through here like it's rush hour in India, but I don't care if it's linguine, fettuccine, I want some sashimi. Remy and 5. Cause he eventually makes it to the soup. Bruh, Alfredo tasted that junk and was like, yeah, I'm fired. Freak! But Remy ran past the soup and immediately smelled a case of the runs. So he started seasoning that mug up. But after a little salt, pepper, garlic combo, he went to the window. But Gusteau had to hype that fool up. Hey gang, if you don't go cook, my guy. So Remy ran back in and turned the heat up in this mug. Then bro had the audacity, the gumption to wash them grimy dookie hands with a single drop of water. Yeah, whoever eats this soup definitely got some pack-a-punched virus in his system. As bro is literally dancing around the soup, Linguini spots Remy, but then Chef Skinner came over looking for the soup. Linguini covers Remy with the pot. Skinner sees that bro had a utensil in his hand and was heated because he thought bro was cooking. Mid-argument, Mans came and sent that out anyway. He went to see who the victim was going to be, but Granny tasted it and wanted to see the chef. So Chef Skinner walked out and walked back in like, she likes the soup. Turns out the granny was actually a famous critic, so this could be good for the restaurant. But he still tries to fire Linguini, but Colette stuck up for him. Now she's in charge of bro. Remy tries to escape and they all see him trying to kill Remy with any item that could deal a fatal blow. But Linguini catches bro and takes him outside to kill him. He rides off to the ridge and was gonna just make bro walk the plank. Then he started tweaking and was talking to the rat. Then he noticed Remy could understand him, so he cooked up a plan and tried to figure out how they can make that soup again.
Look, man, all in all, bro, I don't care how good of a fucking cook a rat is. I'm not letting no fucking rat cook my food. If I go in my kitchen and I see a rat whipping up some damn mac and cheese and putting seasoning on some chicken, that rat gonna get sent up to heaven. That's just what it is, man.
But Remy ran off, turned around, felt bad, and came back. Now they're the best of friends. He takes Remy to this renter shed you call a crib, telling Remy to make himself at home. The next day, Gwenny wakes up to a 5-star struggle meal, gobbling that junk down and heading to the kitchen. But
that ain't no
before they
struggle
do,
meal.
they gotta figure out how to work as a duo. And Gwenny really was on some other stuff. Fool was finna put this grimy rat near his Vienna sausage. Skinner tells them, recreate the freaking soup, you lanky ginger peasant. While they trying to figure out these cooking combos, Remy went on a bite-a-thon. Gwenny went into the freezer revealing what I call a case of rabies and bubonic plague.
Yeah.
He realized his little man was starving and gave him some cheese, but mid-conversation, Skinner pops his little knucklehead into the freezer. Bro snatched Remy up so fast, Skinner thought he was seeing things. He snaps on bro, and while walking back, they figure out that Remy pulling on Linguini's hair somehow controls his body. They get back home. And
I
get
don't
to
know
their
the
cooking
science
training
behind
arc.
that.
They got so good at this dang ventriloquist act that they cooked up some good eats while Linguini was blindfolded. After trial and error, of course, though. The next day, they put those skills to use and recreate the soup. Then Skinner promotes Gwenny to the next level in his cooking career. He sends him with Colette, and she was not fond of bro's
I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Colette, back in the day when this movie first came out, she was definitely one of my crushes. Cause first off, she had to, you can see in her eyes, she's crazy as hell. She's a crazy ass motherfucker. But I loved it back. And plus, the short hair too. The short hair is just what gets me. I think that's what made me fall in love with like girls with short hair. Cause of this crazy ass chick right here, bro. But at the same time, she can really treat you good too. She's just crazy as hell. To a certain
motion.
extent.
In the office, Skinner is accepting the sellout of doom, trying to franchise Gusteau's restaurant. Then he ends up reading that letter from Gweeny's mama. Yeah, it turns out Mama Gweeny got cracked by Gusteau back in the day, and Gweeny is actually Lil Gusteau Jr. So Skinner calls up his lawyer because bro thought he was next in line to that munyon. Bro is like, yeah, man, you're hold. Unless he could figure out how to get some dirt on Linguini within the next month. He mean mugs bro through the blinds because he thinks Gweeny knows what the freak is going on.
Just
but
hating,
bro is
man.
actually lost as a mug. He just trying to get it out the mud. The lawyer tells Chef Munchkin he needs some hair samples from Gweeny to run some DNA tests. They finna have this kitchen jumping like a Mari episode. So Colette takes our guy through the cooking boot camp and teaches him everything he needs to know to become a successful chef. After a couple days, she gives Linguini the tea on all the chefs in the kitchen. This guy was a circus monk. You thought I was gonna say it. Butthead right here did time in the pen.
Nah,
Wreck-It
man.
Ralph is a gambling guru, and this Neanderthal is a civil rights activist. She finally begins to take bro in as one of the kitchen's own. Then we get another instance of Linguini and Remy gaslighting Skinner. Man's gonna be a crackhead by the end of this movie. At cooking service, one of the customers asks for some new eats because they tired of the same old, same old. The waiter goes in the kitchen panicking and tells everyone the customers want Linguini to whip up some good eats. So Skinner has the idea to let Linguini cook some new food, and hopefully it'll be buns, ruining Linguini's rep. This hating nigga gave Gweeny the
Man,
worst
it's a
recipe
fucking
in
hater,
Gusteau's
man.
cooking bag. Sweet bread a la Gusto. They get to cooking, and how is nobody noticing Gweeny just holding all the food up to his hat before he does anything? Like the IQ of all these chefs. Now I know why
man, it's Pixar, bro. It's a cartoon. Anything can happen.
Ramsay be calling these foods donkeys. Remy gets to improvising on the recipe because the OG ingredients were straight moose knuckles. They send off Remy's new and improved
Moose
sweet bread a
knuckles.
la Gusto, and the waiter came back like, these niggas really like his cooking. And Skinner is flabbergasted. Some of the
Bro, yo, I wasn't even expecting them to say that. Hold up, man. These niggas really liked it. Hold up, man.
because the OG ingredients were straight moose knuckles. They send off Remy's new and improved sweet bread a la Gusto, and the waiter came back like, these niggas really like his cooking. And Skinner is flabbergasted. Some of the other customers even asked for some more orders of these.
What was that?
Some of the other customers even asked for some more orders of these exquisite eats. Now the rest of the service was booming, with everyone asking for that special order. This was dang near a one-man show, because only Gweeny and Remy knew how to make the order. While everyone was drinking that wine after service, Chef Munchkin sees the shadow of Remy in Gweeny's hat, but he went out to give Remy a snack just in time, because when Gweeny came back in, Skinner was on top of the rack trying to expose bro. Fool tried to play it off like he was playing the game. Like, nah, nigga. We caught you hating. So he lures Gweeny into the office to talk about business. But really he is trying to get Linguini hammered off that Taylor port to spill the beans about his friend Rat Remy. And Knucklehead over here instigating like, seems like Chef has a new fave, Colette. It switches to Remy out here grubbing on his little charcuterie bag, and he hears some rattling by the trash, but Remy on timing and pulled out the shank. He went in the cut and saw that it was Emil over here grubbing on some absolutely horrible eats. So Remy goes back into the kitchen to steal some food because Emil needs to taste true deliciousness, not even thinking about the repercussions of him going in and out of the kitchen without Linguini. He brings Emil back some food combos, but bro ain't with all the tasting. He just trying to eat whatever. Back in the office, Skinner is really going balls to the wall trying to get Gweeny to talk, but bro is too drunk to speak in actual
Just leave that
language.
man alone, man.
Whoop, poop, dee, swoop, dee, whoop. And Emil talks Remy into going back to visit the colony. They get there and the rats are playing music with your household garbage. So Remy and his dad catch up and he tells him he's happy he's back. But Remy was like, nah, Pops, I'm gonna do my own thing. I got a luxury penthouse spot up near the restaurant. So they get into another rat argument about being around the humans. So Pops takes Remy out to the city to see what humans really do to them rats in Paris. But Remy is still against him and walks off talking like Jaden Smith.
Can we talk about like the political and economic state of the world right now?
The next day, Remy goes out to head for work like he's one of the humans. Bro, you are not like us. He heads into the kitchen and seeing that Linguini crashed here for all that wine from the other night. Remy sees someone pulling up and goes into Gweeny's hat to wake him up, but bro isn't budging, and Colette walks in to punch that clock. She walks over and Remy is really cooking for real. They having a whole conversation and bro ain't said a word. Colette was hating because he got to talk with Skinner last night, but after he gave her this look and snorted
It
her
wasn't
face,
because she
he's-
was hating that. She just really liked the dude.
slapped the skin off bro jaw. As she's leaving, Gwynny wakes up and starts trying to spill the beans while expressing his love. And he is really yapping to the point where Colette was finna pepper spray this nigga.
Yeah.
But before telling bro about Remy, bro tugged on the hair and we got a little smoochy smooch scene. Then it pans to the freaking villain of this movie, Anton Eagle. This fool been moving like Keith Lee. Let him say your food is trash. You dang near finna go out of business. His maid came in and told him how Gusteau's restaurant was doing well again. Bro was like, not on my watch. In Skinner's office, the lawyer told bro that the DNA test came back positive. Gusteau, you are the father. And the little munchkin is tweaking and thinks that Gwynny is just playing with his name. Then bro started speaking that rat talk, had the lawyer like, rot. Got Skinner in here looking like one of those friendly neighborhood crackheads. Before heading out, the lawyer did tell Skinner that the first DNA test came back as rodent fur, definitely confirming his suspicions. That night, the new couple rides out into town and Remy falls off right in the middle of the street. He uses some of his plot armor to escape death by car and had to get in the wind once these humans saw him because they were not playing. So he heads into the sewer and is starting to realize how the humans really think of him. The next morning, Emil stops Remy before he heads to work, but this time he brought some friends with him. And
That's
what
when
the
shit started
absolute
getting
freak is
crazy.
this? That ain't no rat. This
Yeah.
is a mutant, a grown man. Let me see a rat this size come across the street. He gonna get laid down with that 9. So the YN rats press Remy and he sneaks in the kitchen and grabs Chef Skinner's key. Had all Gusteau's ghosts flagging out because he is trying to steal some food for the fam. He ends up finding the folder with all Gusteau's will and sees that Linguini is the actual heir to all the fortune. Suddenly Skinner walks in and sees Remy weave the attack and scurries off out the kitchen. Bro ran out and Boonton gained his chef's moped. While riding out to grab Remy, he gets juked off to the sidewalk, landing on his noggin. After losing one of the will documents, he runs through the tree and leaps off to grab the documents and land on the boat. Straight aura farming.
Yeah.
But Skinner is really determined and jumps onto the boat. They have some Mission Impossible escape scene and Remy is really
This was a
the
really
main
good
character.
scene, man,
The
when I
aura
seen
he
it.
has is actually insane. But Skinner crawls his little body back into the kitchen trying to boss everyone around. But Gwynny had already got his hands on the will documents and sent bro packing. So Gwynny and the chefs get rid of the franchising side of Gusteau's, trying to restore the restaurant's former glory. And Gwynny done bossed up on him. Bro got the top penthouse mansion in Paris and even got Remy living in luxury. Meanwhile, Emil keeps bringing in more and more YN rats, and Remy is really getting that peer pressure of doom. And Gwynny has begun to rise in fame.
Oh, hold up, man. YN rats is crazy, bro. YN rats is some crazy shit, bro. Especially this motherfucker right here.
And Remy is really getting that peer pressure of doom, and Gwynny has begun to rise in fame, all due to Remy. And bro is starting to want to praise himself, but just some days ago he was trying to stop bro from telling Colette, and Skinner is still up to his schemery, trying to call the pest inspector on the restaurant. But it switches back and Anton Eagle pulls up to the spot to tell them the news. I am the realist food critic on the block. I pull up tomorrow night and my eats better slap. They go back to the office and Remy and Gwynny get to arguing, and Skinner is up on the roof seeing everything unfold. Outside, Remy sees Emil in them and he cooked up a plan to say freak it, sneaking the whole colony of rats in when the kitchen closes. They got to infiltrating this kitchen like a well-oiled machine. Even when Linguini came back to find him, they hid with the utmost efficiency. So Gwynny apologizes to Remy, and of course Emil's fat tail exposed the scheme, and all the rats got to scurry
Eating
in the
all them
way.
damn
So now
grapes.
it's back to rats being rats and humans being humans. The next night, it is time for Anton Eagle to enjoy dinner at the restaurant, and Linguini is really tweaking, so he musters up the courage to try and rally up the chefs. But bro sounded like Jameis Winston.
Let's go. That's a W. That's E1. That's E1. That's a W.
Remy watches from outside, and him and Emil talk about
So
food,
cringe,
but then
bro.
Remy saves Emil from getting caught in a trap that was placed by the mad Skinner. So bro takes Remy and threatens him to make a new line of frozen food for him. And back at the restaurant, Eagle is crashing out while
See, man, y'all, and now that I realize it, man, whenever I'm watching through this whole video, it just makes me realize these niggas are really fighting over a rat to cook for them. Nigga, just learn how to cook your damn self. The fuck I need to fight another dude for a rat? That's just wild.
ordering his meal. Skinner is also there being nosy, of course. Back with Remy, Emil and Pops drop a statue on the trunk friend, bro. He runs back to the kitchen, and back here, they are losing it. So Remy busts in, and before the slaughter, Gwynny saves bro and tells everyone that this rat this rat right here, bro, really the mastermind behind all these recipes. And they are all flabbergasted. So they all quit on Gwenny and it's
They
just him and
cooked.
Colette left. But she can't even be mad at bro because he sounds so stupid. And while riding off, Shawty sees the cookbook and has some world revelation. The colony pulled up on Remy and were there to help, but just in time though, because the health inspector pulled up and seen them. They chased them down and tied them up for the Diddy party later. All the rats get pressure washed and assigned to
Hey man, tying them up for the Diddy party, bro. Y'all gotta chill.
because the health inspector pulled up and seen them. They chased them down and tied them up for the Diddy party later. All the rats get pressure washed and assigned to different stations in the kitchen. And Gwenny walks out confuzzled because what the freak is going on here? So he throws on the skates and starts riding through the dining room like this is a Sonic drive-in. And low key, this is bro's calling. Bro is a waiting genius. This is the only thing he's been competent at doing this whole movie.
Yeah.
Colette comes back and almost pukes after seeing these rodents throwing down in the kitchen. But she's agreed to stay, and Remy shows them the recipe he wants to cook for Ego, which is Ratatouille. So they slice up some veggies, layer some veggies, and bake some veggies. And once they plated the dish, my mouth instantly started salivating, no cap. Gwenny took the good eats out to Ego, and bro is pre-hating already, taking down notes. And Skinner ended up ordering the same thing and got teleported to a flashback. It was so good. He reminiscing
Reminded
about
of his
his
mom.
mom used to cook when he was a kid. Even Skinner likes it. Bro runs in the kitchen demanded to see who cooked the food and gets tied up like the health inspector. After Ego gobbles up the food, he asks to see the chef. So they tell him if he wants to see the chef, he must wait until everyone has left. This some accidental bars right there. So after
That's a
hours,
bar.
they bring in
That was a
Remy.
good one.
And Ego thought they was kidding. But after they explain it to him and have Remy recreate the dish, bro leaves and goes through a whole mental journey trying to cook up a food review of this experience. He ended up giving them a great review, not revealing Remy's and Gwenny's secret, but it didn't matter. Skinner and that health inspector shut the place down with the quickness. And at least someone has some sense in this movie. Rats in the kitchen is a no-go. I don't care if he was Mr. Clean.
Yeah.
Even Ego got fired for backing them, but he didn't care. Bro got to spend the rest of his days eating Remy's food at their new restaurant. And that mother low-key booming too.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's the end. This movie is a certified banger.
It
Bro
is,
definitely
man.
a little
It
Gordon
is.
Ramsay. Thanks Jutsu Mafia for the support. Like, comment.
Hey man, go ahead and shout out this dude, man. Yo, this is a great video. Great video, man. So yeah, man, that was Ratatouille explained by Black, man. This is a really good commentary, really great video. If you guys haven't seen Ratatouille, go ahead and watch it. Really great movie. I highly recommend you guys watch it. I'm definitely gonna be checking out more of his videos because I think he has more Pixar videos that he explains, you know, and some more movies that, you know, he explains or something like that. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching with me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I'm JJ Thomas, and I'll see you guys real soon.